Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Harvinger Studios' Savage Crucible Brynyar Vael. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And here on the top, warning, don't stick things in your pie hole if they don't belong there. Brynyar Vael. And then some of that nice artwork from the front, just blown up, enlarged. And then on the front, we've got that whole artwork. And I'm trying to hold this at an angle so you can kind of see it without all the glare from the lights. So it's very, very nice artwork. Savage Crucible on the bottom. Don't give it to babies. Warning, attention, advertencia. Don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Harvinger Studios, there's their address if you want to write them a letter. Or even better yet, go to savagecrucible.com. All the stuff belongs to Harvinger Studios. It's made in China and a barcode. And on this side, Brynyar Vael, and there's the wax imprint there, and it's embossed on there, so that's, that's cool. And then again, the artwork blown up, enlarged, whatever you want to call it. And on this side, same thing about the artwork, and it says Savage Crucible. And then finally, around on the back, against ruthless forces and powerful dark acolytes, forge your metal and test your might. Survive, conquer, and collect. Savage Crucible. And there is the cross sale of Jaeger, Nashorn the Disinherited, Human, and Krieger the Shunned. Bonus inside blind bag item, Harvinger Studios. And that, my friends, does it. Wait! There's more. Little Velcro on there to open up the flap. And here you can see Brynyar's lore. If you want to pause it right here and read all that, you can do so. It's also on savagecrucible.com. And then same here. You can pause it and read over that. And again, the artwork in the back, it's nice. All the lore is on this scroll with skulls at the ends of the roll. And then on the opposite side, it's got a nice big window showcasing most of the figure and his accessories. Savage Crucible, it says at the bottom. And that, my friends, completes our look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And first off, let's start with the accessories. And let's start with the black blind bag. What's in it is this big old sword. I mean, good lord. Two-handed, hell, this might be a four-hander. And talk about a broadsword, it's broad. And it's got some nice skull details. It's not really showing up that well on the camera for some reason. There, maybe that's a little better. So nice skull. It's got some translucent plastic in there for it. It's probably all translucent plastic with paint over it, but it's really cool. Nice molded details. And it might have a little wash on it. I don't think it's got wash on it. It's got some spray on it, though. some overspray. I guess that's what you call it in paint. I don't know, but nice spiky pommel bits there. Nice spiky handguard. And just, the blade is damaged, but still appears to be glowing with, I guess, magical power. And lots of nicks and scars and stuff in the blade. It's very cool looking. And let's take a look at the other blind bag. And these are what we're getting now, apparently, instead of the cards, which is fine with me because I'd rather have mystery accessories than a mystery card. Not that I'll ever collect them all, so to speak. So, alright, that's all that's in that bag. And there's an assortment of stuff here. There's this pile of gold coins. There's a smaller pile of gold coins. And some of this stuff has lore attached to it, and you can look that up on savagecrucible.com and look under the lore section. Here are some silver coins, and they all have nice molded details, and looks like it's got a little bit of a wash on it too. The gold ones as well. Next up we have a silver bar, and again, nice molded details in it, and it looks like it might have a little bit of wash on it as well to just help those details stand out. Might not, I don't see. Yeah, it's whatever it is, it might be a wash because it's all down in the cracks and stuff. So that's a cool looking piece. Here is a diamond. And here's a ruby. And it's a bigger than the diamond. I think the diamond is the smallest gem that I've got. No, maybe not. And then here's a bigger ruby. Nice translucent plastic on all these gems. And then here's this one. And nice molded details within them as well. No, I'm not really getting it in there where you can see it all that well. But again, the gems have lore attached to them as well. And they look pretty good. I like it. I'd rather have this stuff than the cards anyway. So there's all those. So that's very nice. Next up, he's got this wrapped up scroll, and it has nice molded details in it as well. And it does have a wash or spray on it as well, on the ends here as well. Can I say as well again? I can as well. And then it also has a post on it for, you know, plugging it into belts or whatnot as well. Although he doesn't have any open ones currently. So there's that. Getting handy dandy tweezers here. So he comes with 2 extra sets of hands. And here's a clawed one. Nice paint for the claws, in and out hinge, nice molded details in that fur detail. And it also looks like it may have a dry brush on it. And there's a left one and a right one. And here's the other one. They're both in and out hinges. So those are cool. The other set of hands are grip hands on an in and out hinge. And on the figure it has grip hands on an up and down hinge. Again, all the stuff I said about that previous set of hands, it all holds true for this one as well. About the decos and the sculpt. And there I go bumping the camera because it's a Digital Caveman Presents review. So very nice. Next up we have his dagger. I guess it's a dagger. It's kind of big. But nice molded details, especially in that blade. Look at that, and the deco hits on it. It's got a nice angle there, like maybe it was made from a cut or broken sword. And it has a very Romanesque quality to the design, at least on the pommel. Here we have one of his swords, and again, very nice deco and mold on the blade, and also on the handle or hilt. Nice work on the pommel, nice deco hits all around, and a very cool sculpt. And then here is another sword, and I think we've seen this before. I think Nashorn came with this mold for this sword. But again, nice molded details in there, nice deco. And again, it gives a very gladiatorial vibe to me. So very nice. And then here's a really big sword. And again, it still has that like Romanesque look to it. And very, very cool. Deco hits. There's some hits right here. These two jewel pieces, or jewel looking pieces. So very nice. And here we have his alternate head, and there is a lore specific use for this head. This Brynyar is a dual soul, and he swaps between two different forms, and this is the head for his other form, and it's taken from Jaeger, but nice new deco on it. And just look at those eyes, they're really cool, and the teeth and the dry brush. Really, really cool. Yeah, you don't want them eyes staring at you from the dark. No. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. And as far as I know, this is an all new head sculpt. And the eyes look, they'd look better if they weren't, I don't know, mine look off somehow. Like this one is looking straight ahead, and this one is kind of not looking straight ahead. But overall, I like the way that it looks. We've got those hair tufts at the top of the ears, and again the dry brush and the other deco hits, and it just looks fantastic. Now I'm sure a lot of this is reused from somewhere. This may be out of one of the weapons packs. I think this belt is Nashorn's, but I don't know. I don't recall that. I don't recall this piece, but it may be from something I don't have, like Jaeger. I don't have Jaeger, so this upper and this chest piece and this midriff piece may be from him. I'm not sure, but regardless of where it came from, it looks nice. It does have some dry brushing on it, it looks like, up under the armor pieces. All of it is nicely sculpted, all nice bunch of details in here, and just the paint apps on it, lots of deco hits. even on these parts. And you notice he's got these 2 ports in his back here. He doesn't come with any of the bigger shoulder armor, just on the arm shoulder armor, if that makes sense. So down here in this lower torso piece, we still have a lot of nice molded details, some chainmail, some buckles and stuff, and just deco hits there as well. And then we've got his belt. He's got his dagger sheath over here. It's just on a port in the belt. This piece here, no, not this piece. This piece here is ported in. I think this piece is molded onto the belt. And speaking of the belt and all of that, it's nicely done. And then we've got the sheath from Nashorn, and it's on those same types of chains where they plug in to the ports on the belt. Nice molded details in here on the loin protector. No, that's the butt protector, and this is the loin protector here. So very nice. And then he's wearing pants. So Krieger maybe has these pants. I can't remember. But lots of nice molded details. You can see that, like, it's got detail in there where the stuff was sewn together. And then we get down to the boots, and they've got all kinds of deco hits and dry brushing and just crazy amounts of deco. Just, it looks great. Now let's talk about his articulation real quick. He looks up so much his head pops off. So there you can see it's on a dumbbell. And then it snaps back on there. So he doesn't really look up. He can look down that much. He's got some chicken neck. He's got a lot of waggle. He can do the full exorcist. And the jaw is articulated, and there's paint hits, or deco hits. I don't want to say paint hits. Deco hits inside there as well. So, very cat-like. Let's see, where were we? Shoulders. He does have a forward butterfly joint, and it comes forward that far. Then at the shoulder, it also rotates 360 degrees, and the arm will raise up approximately 90 degrees, but you could call some stress on this armor piece here. So just be aware of that. Now, I think what's going on here at the elbow is there's a rod, I guess a rod, going through the bicep to the shoulder piece, because the bicep piece is a separate piece. So it swivels around there. You can swivel this around as well. And then it does have a double hinged pinless elbow, like all of the Savage Crucible figures. So like that. So that's very nice. And then at the wrist, 360 degrees of rotation, and it is on up and down hinge and an up and down hinge here as well. There's an abdomen piece and a chest piece, and they're separate, and it gives him all kinds of hula. Although it looks like this one isn't doing much, it does, and it rotates back and forth a little bit, and it rocks a little bit, and it'll go back and forward a little bit. So we'll just look at how they work in conjunction, because that's really, I guess, what matters. So in conjunction, he can lean back that far. He can lean forward that far, so that's really good. And then he can lean left and right. Like I said, he's got plenty of hula there. I keep thinking these guys have pull down hinges in the hips, and they don't. And at the hips, he will give you that much of the splits, and that's with the overlay, the belt overlay here does raise up when he does that. And then he will kick forward that far, not quite 90 degrees, and then back not really any at all. And then at the thigh where the leg and the hip piece go together, there's rotation there. I suppose you probably could get it to go all the way around. Yeah, 360 degrees of rotation there. He's also got, is there rotation here? No, doesn't seem like it. So this may be the same thing going on as the arm. I don't know. I don't think so though. Double hinged pinless knee. And it gives you that much bend. That looks like it's in the way, but it's really not. And then at just below the knee, there is a boot cut, 360 degrees of rotation there. At the ankle, 360 degrees of rotation where it posts up into the leg. And then the ankle tilts down that far. It tilts up that far. And I don't know if you guys can hear the detents going off in this, but there's a lot of strong little detents in here. And it does have a pin for rocker, so that's really good. So what I will do now is get this guy all geared up, and I'll be right back. I won't make y'all sit through me struggling with all that. All right, and here we are all geared up as much as I can gear him up, because the big sword doesn't fit in the sheath. This sword will fit, but this one seems to go better, so that's the one I put in the sheath. His dagger is in the sheath, and then these two he just has to hold if you want him to carry them with him. And as far as storage for anything else, there's really not. You could take the sheath for the knife off and put the scroll on there if you wanted to. I like my guy's armed to the teeth though, so there's that for me. But very, very nice looking. I really like this guy. He's gonna look good with the rest of my Savage Crucible stuff. There you have it, my friends. I'll look at the figure and accessories and storage, I suppose. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have Harvinger Studios Savage Crucible Brynyar Vael with the Harvinger Studios Savage Crucible Nashorn the Disinherited, Harvinger Studios Savage Crucible Viteris Rapax, and Harvinger Studios Savage Crucible Shield of Dazera. Here we have Harvinger Studios Savage Crucible Brynyar Vael with the Four Horsemen Studios Mythic Legions Legendary Barbarian, Boss Fight Studios Epic Hacks Red Sonja, and X-Ray Studios Combatants Fight for Glory Gold Hilder. For our last set of comparisons, here we have Harvinger Studios Savage Crucible Brynyar Vael, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final ramblings on the Harvinger Studios Savage Crucible Brynyar Vael, I have to say I'm really kind of surprised by this figure. I'm sure there's a lot of reuse going on in here, although like the torso piece I can't really identify, so it's coming from a figure I guess I don't have. But reuse or not, this is great. The head is all new. I can't wait to see, maybe they'll redo this a little bit and give us the tiger dude and a couple other cat dudes. And I know they have an in-universe name for that race, but I can't recall it right offhand. Let's see. Therians. So he's a Therian. And Therians are the cat people. So I want some more Therians. Like a tiger dude. And a panther dude. And I don't know, some other cat dudes. Especially if they're done like this guy. I mean, they're really... I think they knocked it out of the park. Of course, they knock it out of the park with a lot of the Savage Crucible stuff. I really am enjoying the line. I can't say, you know, like at first I was kind of not as enthused about it. But I think it had to do with some foot issues. And they have well overcome those. The ankles on this one are full of detents, so should not be any ankle issues at all with this. So it's really cool. He comes with a bunch of weapons, more weapons than he can actually use at one time or store on his person at one time, and that's okay though. It gives you options. And the movable jaw is, I really like that they did that. It's really cool, and it saves them, you know, from having to make another head. You know, we don't need if we got a movable jaw, we don't need an open mouth head and a closed mouth head. We just need one head and the mouth open and closes. So that actually makes a lot more sense to me on a character like this. So I really, really like Brynyar, and I think he's really cool, and I can't wait until we get a couple more Therians. Orange Tiger Dude, Savage Crucible, that's our Harvinger Studios. That's what I'm going for next. An orange Therian, striped, orange and black. Like a, you know, Bengal tiger or whatever. I guess it's a Bengal tiger. The orange tigers. I don't know why I keep harping on that, but that's what I want to see next. I want to see an orange tiger striped Therian. So, again, excellent job on this guy, and I really, really like it. And the deeper I get into this line, the more I want to get into it. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.